I'm so happy I'm talking to all three of you because you're so right. AI is relatively new to pretty much everyone, and the way the adoption curve is crazy. No other technology has seen that kind of growth. And obviously, there will be incidents, there will be learnings, and there will be hopefully not something that we are not very proud of as humans.
Well,
And
I
I think
guarantee you, Gautam, that's going to happen. I
and that's what
guarantee.
that's what I feel your mission is very timely and very important, so critical to avoid that from ever happening, right? And obviously there will be, bad actors and bad enemy nations trying to do whatever they can, but at the same time I think more harm can come and more pain can come from, regular users, and just because of lack of awareness, or like you said, lack of governance, right? Or people using it, there can be so many things. Developers using it to run code, and that code having a lot of bad stuff in it because AI wrote it, but AI got it from somewhere else. It was dirty input. There's so much bad that can happen, and so I'm so happy that WAIFO, that the three of you kind of came up with this whole initiative. My next question would be: we never spoke about WAIFO's like true mission, vision, but more importantly, like how's WAIFO going to unite AI leaders, right, across different different sectors, profit, non-profit, but more importantly, across different countries, right? Because we have heard of technology like DeepSeek, right, which is not owned in the US, not controlled here. And I've also seen a video, maybe it's true, maybe it's not true, where an engineer kind of he does the port mapping and shows the data is actually being sent to China. So they say it's not, but it is. I don't know if it's true or not. But my question to all three of you is, what is WAIFO's both mission, vision, and in terms of the milestones, what are your goals of how would you unite all the AI leaders, and like what steps, products, initiatives? And I would say another thing that I asked Mamta when we met at the AI Summit is, what kind of help do you need? Because part of this podcast is to take the message out, and it's a call for action and help. What would help WAIFO? What are you seeking for in terms of like participation and awareness? I think it's a very, very critical thing that we get people to act on this now. And I think we're kind of already late on it because the speed at which AI is being adopted and growing, WAIFO needs to go 5 times, 10 times faster to kind of catch up.
I totally agree, Gautam. So back to the founding of WAIFO, I remember waking up at 3 a.m. I had read something and I had gone to sleep, and I had no interest in coming back and doing more work. I mean, I've got a couple of nonprofits. I'm active, but I'm relaxed. I'm retired. And I remember waking up at 3 a.m. and saying, what a waste of a life, Reena, if you don't do something now. Because what if your grandkids don't see a sunrise? Because you didn't do what you should have done. And honestly, Gautam, for me, this started with that thought that I could see this visual of where this was going to go. And that if we very quickly didn't gather enough forces on the AI for good side, and people talk about AI for good, but it's lip service. No one's actually doing anything about it. It's a lot of wonderful presentations and wonderful research and what should be done. That's not where WAIFO sits, right? I want WAIFO to sit in the execution. It knows how obsessed I am with execution, right? So for me, I don't want any more research papers. Like, don't tell me more research. Because it seems like people love sitting and drowning in forecasts and research, but who cares? There are companies executing bad code now. There are mistakes being made now. There are bad actors hacking Anthropic now, right? So very briefly, the idea of WAIFO is to ensure that all of our grandkids are able to enjoy a beautiful sunrise in a free world where AI serves humanity. And if you think through, Gautam, and I urge everybody that is watching this podcast, close your eyes and think for just a moment what the worst case scenario looks like. Now imagine it 100 times worse, because we are not imagining the worst of the worst. It's the black swan, right? The very famous black swan.